The boxing world has been waiting and anticipating for Canelo Alvarez to make this announcement. And now the announcement has been made. In this video, we're gonna jump into the Canelo Alvarez announcement. We're gonna dissect it. We're gonna find out exactly what it means and read in between those lines. So Canelo Alvarez has officially stated his next fight will be May 4th. But Canelo Alvarez made it very clear his next fight will not be against a Mexican fighter. It will be against an American fighter. Now, for some reason, everybody is spreading the narrative that Canelo Alvarez's next opponent will be Jermall Charlo. We do not know this to be a fact, but if you are a Canelo Alvarez fan, here's one thing that Canelo said that you will love. Canelo Alvarez stated that he will fight for at least 5 more years before retiring from the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez also renewed his deal with TV Azteca for 1 more year and said that he resisted pressure from broadcasters to make his fights pay-per-view. So if you are a Mexican citizen from the country of Mexico, you will have the pleasure of watching Canelo Alvarez for free without the requirement of paying pay-per-view. Canelo Alvarez is a G. Now that we have all the major announcements that Canelo Alvarez has made, let's dissect them. Everybody says he's fighting Jermall Charlo next. I don't think so. Everybody thinks David Benavidez is out of the equation because he's Mexican. I don't think so. Everybody thinks that Jaime Munguia is out of the equation. I do think so. You have to use your brain. Why would Canelo Alvarez sign a 3-fight deal with the PBC and fight a golden boy fighter who fights on the zone? We all know Al Heyman and the PBC is infamous for making in-house fights, so the possibility of this should have never crossed anyone's radar. If you allowed yourself to be bamboozled by one of these false narrative spreading boxing channels, you need to start coming to anti-boxing channel. Now, why do I say that the chances of Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo being next is slim to none? Why do I say that David Benavidez is not out of the equation, although he is a Mexican fighter? Because although I consider Canelo Alvarez a safe fighter who tries to fight an opponent that he knows that he can beat, and Canelo Alvarez does try to stack his resume on paper, making it look decorated and beautiful, more beautiful than it really is. And it is beautiful. Canelo Alvarez, whether you like it or not, is a legacy fighter. Canelo Alvarez fighting Jermall Charlo does absolutely nothing for his resume. Canelo Alvarez already whooped Little Charlo's ass, and everybody perceived Little Charlo to be better than Big Charlo. He was, after all, on the pound-for-pound list when Canelo Alvarez destroyed him. Jermall Charlo came off of a 2-year and 5-month layoff after facing Juan Montiel, and Jermall Charlo faced Jose Benavidez, a much smaller fighter, so that performance was not impressive. This does nothing for Canelo. Now, why is Benavidez not off the table? Benavidez is Mexican after all, isn't he? David Benavidez was born in Phoenix, Arizona, United States. Therefore, David Benavidez is a Mexican-American. Although he has Mexican blood, he is American. Now, Canelo Alvarez stated his next opponent will be an interesting one. There's nothing interesting about Canelo Alvarez facing Jermall Charlo. Jaime Munguia is with Golden Boy, fighting on the zone. David Benavidez on May 4th, a day before Cinco de Mayo. That is very interesting. And another potential opponent, Terence Bud Crawford. To my professional boxing analysis, Canelo Alvarez will face Terence Crawford and David Benavidez in his next 2 fights to fulfill his 3-fight deal with the PBC. I hope that Canelo Alvarez does the right thing and faces David Benavidez. The culture of boxing is in Canelo Alvarez's hands. For some weird reason, I believe Canelo will do the right thing. That's it for Anti-Boxing Channel. I'm out.